to break enemies.
Before the video starts, I like to give a shout out to Bilibili Comics. Bilibili is a web comic site on different types of manhwas and web novels. They have quite a bit of selection of them to choose from many being action, adventure, fantasy, romance, and drama. I'm currently reading that of Tales of Demons and Gods, and also Post-Apocalyptic Dispatch Company, which are pretty good stories in their own right. If you guys want to check out the site, the link would be in the description below for not just the site, but also for Android and iPhones as well. Enough said, time to get into the what if. Yo, what up guys? It's Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's Driver. This is part 19. If you guys want to check out the last part, I'll probably leave a link in the description below. With that said, let's just get straight into this, as Izuku is still clashing swords with Stain with his blade, as Izuku is surprised that this chip blade is able to stand up to Jin's katana like it's nothing, as the two soon get out of their deadlock, with Jin able to grab Iida at the last minute, as Iida saying, "Midoriya, Jin, Pyra, what are you doing here, Midoriya?" As Izuku saying, "It's all right, Iida. I'm here to save you. Can you get Iida out of here as soon as possible?" As saying, "What about you? Without me here, I can't link with you and I can't supply you with ether." Saying, "I know, but Pyra's here, so I should be able to handle myself." As Jin saying, "If you say so, just don't, Pyra, protect our driver." Saying, "You don't have to tell me twice, Jin. I'll do anything to protect Izuku." As Obrona saying, "Huh? Oh, how sweet. So, this is what it's like. So this is what it seems like to fight against a fellow driver." As Stain says, "So, you're here to help out the Ingenium kid? I guess it makes sense since you did say he was your friend. But I have a job to do. I don't just have to kill. I have to kill him and this fake hero." As Izuku looks behind Stain and Obrona and says, "Wait, there's another person here? Damn it. If it was just Iida, I would be able to run. But Pyra," saying, "I know what you're about to say, Izuku, and I'm not leaving you by yourself. You got that? So you better get that through your skull." As Izuku saying, "Well, it was worth a shot. But fine. Jin, take Iida and run." With Jin nodding, grabbing Iida and heading out of the alleyway. As Stain says, "No, you don't." With Izuku basically slashing at Stain, and Obrona was about to attack Izuku, with Pyra blocking the attack with her sword and sending them back, as realizing, "Well, you're not bad, kid, even without your blade." Saying, "He's pretty good. Worst part is he hasn't even linked up with with Obrona yet. So they're moving this fast together." As soon, Pyra saying, Don't let it distract you, Izuku. We still got this. They probably have a weaker bond than us since they haven't spent as much time as us. So we can handle them. I'll defend and parry while you counter and strike at them. It'd be our best chance to get that other hero that's over there." As Stain saying, "They may have a better bond than us, but the kid doesn't look like he has much experience fighting, even if he is skilled with the sword." But even so, show me what you're made of, boy. As Izuku saying, with pleasure, Stain. With the two rushing at each other once more as they began clashing blades, with Izuku trying his best to keep up with Stain without Jin. Obrona tries rushing at Izuku with Pyra attacking Obrona as the two girls begin clashing with their own blades while the both of them clashing. Obrona keeps on laughing, saying, for somebody who isn't linked up with their driver, you're not half bad, you know that. And to be honest, you seem different from your typical blade, especially your core crystal. I've never seen an emerald-colored core crystal before. So, what are you, really? As soon, Obrona tries to kick Pyra, while Pyra backflips in the air. Soon, Jin makes it back into the alleyway, while Izuku and Stain were clashing swords. Jin was able to grab the sword from Izuku and then strike at Stain, sending him sliding backward but still standing, saying, damn, what a fast blade. As Jin gives the sword back to Izuku, saying, did you take care of Iida? Telling him, yeah, I did. But it looks like we're on our own for the time being. As Izuku saying, that's what you think. With him, while the two of them were fighting, Izuku sent a group message to everyone in Class 1A. After sending the message, Izuku asks Pyra to toss him his sword and gives Jin back his sword. As Jin saying, are you sure about this, Izuku? I got an idea. Me and Pyra will basically attack Stain. With our enhanced strength and power, we should be able to overwhelm him. Jin, with your speed, you'll be able to keep his blade off of us easily. So, I'm trusting you with that. Once you can get an opening in, once we get a couple openings in, I want you to make sure to take the hero here and get him out alongside Iida. It's just saying, are you really sure about this? This time I don't think he's playing around. And Stain saying, you're more worried about taking care of those fakes than worried about defeating me. Saying, as long as people are safe, that's all that matters. And besides, meddling when I'm not supposed to be is the true essence of being a hero. That's what I've learned from All Might after all. As Stain hears this, saying, really? So, you were inspired by All Might, it seems. As Obrona is saying, oh boy, here we go. As Pyra soon says, wait, are you saying that Stain is an All Might fanboy like Izuku? As Jin saying, why am I not surprised? With Obrona saying, yeah, he's obsessed. Being that All Might's the only true worthy hero and every other hero nowadays are nothing but fakes who don't deserve to be called heroes. It's so annoying, but I guess it's what makes him a passionate person. As soon, Stain has one of his knives to Obrona's neck, saying, don't give them too much information, Obrona. I still want to see if this boy is truly worthy. Just admiring All Might and taking his ideals may be one thing, but it's his actions and his abilities in battle that's another. As Stain has both his knife and his sword in his hand, as soon saying, Obrona, you know what to do. As saying, you got it. With soon the two creating a link with each other, as ether begins flowing into the hero killer, saying, now, let's get serious, boy. With Izuku feeling as Pyra begins supplying ether to Izuku, saying, let's do this, Pyra. As Pyra saying, yeah, I got your back. With Izuku saying, Jin, I know what to do. Just worry about defeating this psycho after all. As Izuku nods and rushes at Stain, with Stain doing the same. as both their blades collide with one another. Soon, Iida was still in the alley, was still outside, hoping that somebody would come for him. As the person who came first being Mirio, as saying, "Hey, aren't you one of Midoriya's friends?" Saying, "Who are you?" Name's Mirio Togeda, but you can call me Lemillion. "So, have you seen Midoriya? Or Aegis Deku by any chance?" As saying, he's fighting against the hero killer. I'm the one that's supposed to defeat him, not Midoriya. He doesn't have any right to face against him." As Mirio saying, "Oh, I get it. Your brother, the former Ingenium, right? You wanted to take Stain out because he ended your brother's career. Am I right?" And soon, Iida's eyes began widening, saying, "I believe Midoriya realized that too. Actually, I think that's what the main reason why they wanted to come to Hosu for. They were worried about you. It only makes sense. But wanting vengeance against a villain isn't what a hero's job is supposed to be. They're supposed to protect others. Sure, it's okay to never forgive them, but don't lose sight of what you need to do. At any rate, I'll gotta make sure to get you somewhere safe so you won't get in any trouble again." As soon, Mirio grabs Iida on and puts him on her shoulder, saying, "What are you doing? Let go of me. Sorry, knowing Midoriya, he wouldn't forgive me if I didn't help out." Iida saying, but at least let me see the fight between Midoriya and Stain, or go help him instead. I don't want Midoriya getting hurt just like Tensei. Please." As Mirio saying, "I hope Sir doesn't scold me for this." As Izuku and Stain keep on clashing between one another, as Izuku passes his sword to Pyra, as she begins fighting against Stain, even tries to kick him with Stain jumping backwards, then passing the sword back to Izuku as he rushes right at Stain with a furious strike as he prepares one of his driver arts, saying, "Detroit Smash!" As a huge gust of fire rages right at Stain before he was guarded by Obrona. As soon saying, "Not bad, boy. You're not bad at all." As Izuku saying, "You're not bad yourself, Stain. Your partner, what's her name? Obrona, is really does care about you. Why aren't you letting her fight with you? Or at least not using her blade weapons? I think you should know that," saying, "I fight my own way. Obrona fights her own. I don't need her weapons to defeat my opponents. And besides, all I need is one cut, and our fight here is done." As Izuku saying, "Just as I thought. His quirk relies on him using his bladed weapons, such as his knife and sword, to get cuts in to paralyze them. Then he finishes them off. So it only makes sense, right?" As Pyra saying, "We can switch to Mythra and end this right here and now." Saying, "I would, but I think we should save her for at least later in case things get too dangerous." As Jin saying, "I agree. That girl has no restraint, and you should know as well, Pyra." As Pyra saying, "Good point." With Mythra in their head saying, "Oh, you assholes!" After hearing the comment, Pyra closes her eyes and smiles, that of annoyance and embarrassment from her own sister. And soon, Pyra saying, "We could use Burning Sword to take him out. But, as Izuku saying, we can't hurt Native. I don't want him getting hit in the crossfire once we land the attack." As Pyra nods, knowing that's what Izuku would want the most not to happen. As Jin saying, "Why not allow me? I can use my blade. We can use my ultimate blade driver art." As Izuku saying, "Good point." as Stain saying, well, I didn't expect that I would get this much trouble just taking you idiots out. The most problem is that link, that flow of ether through your bodies because your connection with your blades. It's true, it's amazing, but also annoying at the same time. As Izuku saying, well, if you had a strong bond with your blade, you would understand it as well, Stain! As he rushes at Stain at full speed in infuriating rage. As Izuku saying, you hurt so many innocent heroes, so many just because you believed that they were fakes. And yet, you dragged your own blade down with you. How could you do that to her? Don't you care about her as well? As the two continue clashing blades once more, as Stain saying she's willing to help me in my mission, my crusade to end this world of fake, undesirable heroes who need to be put down, such as Native and that Ingenium kid. None of them deserve the title of hero. Don't you understand? We need people more like All Might, more like you, kid. Saying, but does that justify all the countless deaths in the process? As the ether begins flowing strongly within Izuku, as saying, California, smash! As he jumps in the air with a fiery tower torrent coming down onto the ground, with Stain getting a little bit burnt up. However, Obrona cut, basically using her shield to defend him, saying, get a grip, Stain. Come on. I think it's time we end this with the finale, don't you think? Obrona begins smiling with Stain saying, fine. I didn't think you'd be useful, but fighting against other drivers and blades, I guess that we have no choice now. As soon, Obrona begins flying up into the air as she begins glowing red, with Izuku saying, whatever you're trying to do, I'll end this quick. As he rushes with Jin rushing alongside Izuku to Stain, as he puts away his swords and his knife, as saying, Obrona, now, Ether Jammer. As then a huge gust of red ether particles began flowing all around the alleyway. As the two swords began clash, was about to hit Stain, he grasped both of them, grabbing Jin's sword with his left hand and Izuku's sword with his right. As Izuku was surprised, even Jin, as saying, I never thought this was useful when Obrona told me the first time about it. Blades have a link to their drivers through the ether, but what happens if you cut the connection to each other? Their bond is useless. Soon the link between Izuku and Pyra was cut immediately. After that, Izuku saying, what the? I can't feel any ether flowing in me anymore. What the hell? As Jin saying, Izuku, link with me. As saying, yeah. With Jin trying to link with Izuku, but realizing, I can't supply you with any ether. Are you telling me that girl is? Pyra saying, she's an ether jammer. She's a blade made to sever the link between driver and blade. As Stain saying, you're done. Both of you are. As soon he finally lands a cut on Izuku, and then even cuts Jin at the same time, with Izuku saying, "What? How did?" With then Stain licking both their blood, as both of them were sent on the ground, was saying, "That was annoying, truly annoying." As Izuku's saying, damn it, I can't move. Am I? As Pyra runs up to Izuku, grabbing her sword, and was about to strike at Stain. As soon Obrona goes down as well, basically kicking Pyra and then pinning her to the ground with her legs. As she's saying, "You're not going anywhere. As long as I'm connected to Stain, you won't. Neither of you can connect with your driver. Talk about being pathetic, right? Time to finish this play, don't you think?" And Stain saying, "Yes, but he will live." As Obrona saying, "What? So you're actually going to spare him? He's worthy of being called a hero. His actions, his words, his everything proves it. He truly deserves the title of hero more than any one of these fakes. But that hero, Native, he must die. This hypocrite must be put down, and then you can release the jammer." As Izuku saying, "No, stop, please, don't do this!" After screaming that, a fiery blast comes straight at Obrona and Stain as the ether jammer begins fading from the alleyway. As Obrona lost her concentration, saying, "What? Who the hell is trying to get in my way?" The person that shot the fire blast began saying, "Midoriya, you could explain your situation besides just sending your location instead. But you're not the kind of person that would skip out on details if you weren't in trouble after all. So that's the hero killer, I presume." As Izuku begins smiling, saying, "Todoroki, you're here!" With Jin saying, "Todoroki, why are you..." "Wait, Izuku, did you?" With Pyra saying, "Of course he would. Always thinking 3 steps ahead, just in case we were outmatched. That's just the kind of person Izuku is, after all." After saying, Pyra smiling, as Izuku blushes, saying, "Come on." With Shoto creating ice spikes at both Stain and Obrona, with then creating an ice ramp for Native, Izuku, Jin, and Pyra. As Pyra hasn't been cut by Stain, so she was able to stand up. However, Izuku and Jin are the only ones who are still unable to move, to get up. As Shoto saying, "Midoriya, you don't mind if you can get up now?" As Pyra saying, "They can't. They've been cut by the hero killer. It's most likely due to his quirk." With Izuku saying, "That's exactly right. I don't know how, but when he digests your blood, you become paralyzed. Watch out for his blades, Todoroki." As Shoto saying, "I see. Any rate, you think you could allow me to have one of your swords, Midoriya?" And Jin saying, "I doubt that's gonna work. You can't really use them without us allowing you. But since you're not our driver, I doubt that's gonna happen." With Izuku panicking, saying, "Hey, Jin, don't say..." As saying, "Damn it. Driver, huh? I guess that's an example saying you're the only I can't use them because you're both Midoriya's quirks. I was hoping I could use Jin's sword to increase my ice attacks. Guess not. Well then, I'll help you guys out before your paralyzation ends." After saying this, a knife was sent straight at Shoto's face, cutting him. As soon as he was distracted, Obrona was sent straight at Shoto, was about to cut him as well with her blades. But Shoto was able to use his flames. Then Stain was coming straight at him as Shoto creates an ice spikes straight at Stain as well, knocking them back, saying, "Damn, one of them was bad enough, but now we're facing against 2? I didn't know the hero killer had an accomplice." As Izuku saying, "Yeah, that's going to be hard to explain her. if I'm going to be honest. But all you need to do is stall for the time being. Once the pros come, or we can end up not being paralyzed, we can. As soon, Pyra begins transforming into Mythra, saying, okay, enough of this bullshit. As Izuku's saying, Mythra, what are you? There's only one way we can take out her. Use me. As saying, are you serious? But I know I'm a more powerful version of Pyra, but I found a way to limit the power of my ether. So you won't have to worry about hurting anybody in the process. Not only that, my power is the only thing that can get past the ether jammer. In case you were wondering. As Izuku's saying, wait, what? You can... It's complicated. I think I just remembered that my power isn't just from ether, after all. As soon hearing this, Izuku is shocked and surprised, saying, wait, you can use your power through the ether jammer? As saying, it's kind of difficult to explain. My power isn't just ether itself. So, look, I'll explain after we're done here. Soon she grabs her sword, and then the ether begins flowing from her strongly. As then Stain says, Obrona, now. Saying, you got it. Within creating the ether jammer, and as red ether particles began flowing around the alleyway again. As soon, Mythra saying, yeah, like that's going to happen. Sending a light-based slash at both of them, knocking Obrona down, and then Stain as well. As saying, what the hell? I thought, wait, how is her ether should be severed. Not only that, soon she begins connecting a link to Izuku once more. As Izuku may be a little bit paralyzed, but the ether begins flowing into him. As thinking, wait, how am I able to move now? As she's saying, the ether in your body is basically nullifying Stain's quirk. So you should be fine now, Izuku. So get your ass up now. As he soon finally gets the feeling back in his body and stands back up, with Mythra passing her sword to Izuku, saying, all right, let's end this here and now. One last strike, but make it small, Mythra, you got it? Saying, yeah, let's not kill them. As soon after this, Izuku and Mythra's power begins to expand as the ether begins flowing strongly within Izuku. As Stain saying, like hell, I'll let you stop me, damn it! After that, Stain was about to strike Izuku, with him still linked to Obrona. As he was almost close, both of them scream out, Detroit Smash! As a huge gust of light begins blasting Stain back. As soon he screams in agony at the huge burst of power, sending him flying backwards in the alleyway. Soon, Obrona came catching him, screaming out his name, Chizame! Chizame! Are you okay? As saying, I'm fine, but damn it, I didn't think that they have this much power, or even cancel out my own quirk. How? How's that even possible? As soon, Jin begins getting the feeling back in his body, saying, well, that was unpleasant. As Izuku's saying, Jin, you okay? Are you? I think helping you out actually might have nullified my own paralyzation. Just a guess, though. But I'm also guessing that it's mostly due to his blood type. His quirk affects people's blood types, possibly even shortening it or longing it. As Izuku's saying, I've had a theory about that. Possibly his quirk only affects those from shortest to longest, depending on how many people he paralyzes, or based on the blood type. possibly varies depending on it. As soon hearing this, my blood type is O, and Jin saying mine is O because you're my driver. We have the same blood type due to our bonding, due to me bonding with you, after all. After hearing this, Stain is saying, I'm impressed. Both of you are. Figuring out my quirks so easily, after all. And to find out that somebody so strong was able to take me out because of their bond with their blade. I'm truly impressed, Midoriya. As Izuku saying, Stain, Obrona, get out of here. You don't need to protect me anymore. Just run. As saying, I'm not leaving you. I'm not going to abandon you. Saying, just go, damn it. If you stay any longer, you'll possibly, as Jin saying, it's over. You're not going to take any more lives, Stain. As Izuku saying, Jin, stop, don't. Saying, you're dead. As he ether shifts to Stain and Obrona, as he plans on stabbing Stain straight in the heart. And soon, his sword does stab somebody, but it's not Stain. As soon, Jin saying, what, but why? He's my driver, and I'll protect him with my life, and I won't have any regrets about it. Soon, Obrona becomes limp, and her body, and soon she begins to fade. As she says, I'm sorry, Chizame. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave you alone. You're going to be alone again. As he soon screams out, Obrona! With soon, she begins reverting back into her core crystal, and it falls onto the ground. After seeing this, both Native and Shoto are confused, saying, what just happened to her? Isn't she human? Is she supposed to be human? Or is she some kind of robot? As Native keeps on saying, what the heck is she? As Izuku's saying, she died protecting her driver. She died for Stain. She gave up a life trying to be with him, just so she would protect him. As Mythra saying, that's what it's like to be being a blade. Have a strong bond with your driver, their blade would do anything to protect them, do anything to save them, even at the cost of their life. And once they return back to their core crystal, they'll lose all their memories of their past driver, their former life, and begin anew. And soon, Stain saying, Obrona, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As Jin saying, it's your own fault for walking this path, dragging her down with you. Now she won't even remember you ever again. As Stain screams out in agony and in sadness after hearing this. As not just there, and Izuku, and they're not the only ones who heard this, but Iida was there as well alongside Mirio, as they were also shocked, as Iida is confused and also saddened that Stain felt the same thing he felt and actually understands that pain now. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear this. And also like and subscribe, which helps out the channel a lot. And there's also a link to my gaming and Discord as well. So if you want to suggest what ifs to me or explain what they're all about to me go to my Discord. And if you just want to relax and watch me play a couple of games and have a little fun, then go to my gaming channel. So with that all said and done, this is Mooky signing out. Later.